Hey y'all, welcome back to the kitchen for another episode of What's Cooking with the Bear. Today, we're gonna make meatloaf. I'm making a big batch because I'm gonna meal prep, and this is gonna be a keto friendly recipe because we're using something kind of special in it that makes it keto. So, y'all sit back, relax, and I'll get to cooking. Alright y'all, here's what we got. I already measured out all my ingredients just to kind of speed things up. Now I'm making a double batch. Usually it's start with a pound of hamburger and a pound of sausage or ground pork. But today we're going to use 2 pounds of hamburger, lean ground beef, and 2 pounds of the pork. And to that we're going to add a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 medium sized onion chopped up fine to medium. And now remember this, all these are for this double batch, so cut everything in half. So we got a cup and a quarter, cup and a third, cup and a quarter of ketchup, and this is low sugar ketchup or no sugar added ketchup. And we need 4 eggs. There's 1, 2, 'Doesn't work breaking eggs on a plastic bowl. 3, that's it, 3, yep, and 4. Alright, got all that stuff. Now, what's different from this recipe than a normal one? Normal one you'd use breadcrumbs or panko or whatever. I am going to use, these are pork panko. It's basically pork rinds, little smoke flavor added, but they're ground up really small. They work well as a binder. I've used them before, and they come in the plain or they come in the Italian herb. So I didn't want to overdo it, so I used just the plain ones. And this is 4 cups, 1 cup per pound of meat. So, alright, and you can substitute turkey into this. Use pure turkey, it works out great. So, alright, we got all of our ingredients. I hope I can mix this without making a huge mess, and the best thing to use is your phalanges. So, just get in there. The eggs broke up. Just keep working it, squeezing it through your fingers. Kind of roll it over. Get all that seasoning and everything all mixed up in there. And it's a lot easier when you're not making such a big batch. But, like I said, I'm meal prepping for the week. And meatloaf is a great meal prep meal. You know, something you meal prep real easy, because you know, just the way it is. Alright. Looks like we're getting our mixed in there pretty good. Make sure I get that sausage all mixed in there real good. And if you go to a local butcher, sometimes you can have them do a grind, you know, custom grind a pork and a hamburger or a sausage and hamburger mix for you, or they'll have one already done up, you know, already all mixed up for it. So a couple more tosses there. Squeeze it through the fingers there. It's like when you're playing with Play-Doh when you're young. So alright, I think we got her mixed in there pretty good. So, alright, I'm going to get my hands cleaned up and we'll get the pan and get it ready. Alright, y'all. Did I mention we're making mini meatloafs? Probably not, but hey, whatever. So, now these are non-stick, but I still like to hit them with a little bit of spray. Just to make sure they don't stick in there. So, alright. You want to get yourself a, you know, fairly good ball. You know, about a portion. Yeah. You know, about the size of a baseball. And then just pop them in. They don't have to be, you know, exactly portioned just right, but if you really want to watch, I mean, you can measure them out into like a measuring cup or something like that and do them up that way. Me, I like the inconsistency, so just like that. You know, just kind of get it packed together. See, that one's a little big, but it'll be alright. Now you can toss it back and forth in your hands like that, and that'll pack it good too. So you all do it however you want. This is the way I'm doing it. You know, you don't have to be gentle with your meat. At least not this. That one's a little bit light. We'll pack a little bit more in there. And we might have a couple small ones or a small one. Now, we can pull a little bit off of this one here. Add it back to the pan or bowl. And just kind of smooge it back around. Make it look pretty. There's that one. There's that one. Get our little bits that tried to get away. You know, we can pull a little bit off of this one probably. Make it a little bit bigger on that one. Maybe a little off of this one. You know, just there we go. That looks better. We got a fairly good ball there. Alright, there it is. I like to pat them down just a hair. Yeah, these ones are a little bigger than the ones in this pan over here, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, alright. I'm going to clean my hands up and let the oven warm up, and we'll bake them. So bring y'all back when we're throwing them in. Y'all, you let me forget to make the topping for my mini meatballs. I'm gonna show you what I like to do. You know, most people just put some ketchup on there, so I like a nice squeeze of ketchup, and then I use a little bit of the Tabasco sriracha sauce just to give it a little bit of heat. Mix that in, and you can put grated Parmesan in this, which makes a really good topping too. So, all right, now we got to top these things. So, all right, bring these suckers over here. I like to use my little brush and just brush some on the top of each one. And you can do it, you know, after they're cooked too, but I just like to give them a nice little coating before they go in the oven. Alright. Alright. You know what? I'll bring y'all right back. Alright. We got our mixture here. We're gonna change it up a little bit. We're gonna add the Parmesan cheese in there too. And we'll do half and half. So slide that one onto the side here. Bring this one over here. Oh yeah. That way it changes it up just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And if you want, you can add the Parmesan cheese into your meatloaf. But I just like it this way. Now I know some of this will cook off or cook down into the sides. That's cool. It may even burn a little bit. We're good with that too. So alright, just enough. Alright. Got a little bit there. Alright. Hey, get out of there. Get out of there. Alright, there. Finally, being a pain in the butt. So, alright. Now, let's wait for the oven, and we'll pop these suckers in, and we're going to cook them for about 30 minutes at 350, and then we'll check them and see where they're at. Alrighty, y'all. It's been a half an hour. Let's see if we can pull these things out, and I can get a hold of it. I put them on another tray in case they overflowed. So, trying to get them slid out to where I can try to get a hold of them. Alright. I like, when I do them, I like to put them on another tray to see if they, or in case they overflow, they don't make a mess in your oven. Oh, turn your thermometer on, dummy. Alright, we're looking for a minimum of 160. 125. 120. 118. 122. Almost 130. 125. 125. Okay. So we got to put them back in. I'll put them in for probably another half an hour. I don't mind them being a little extra done. So I'm gonna cook them a little more longer. So when we get through that stage, we'll bring y'all back. All right, y'all. Just tuck these out of the oven here. So let's give her a little whirl here, and we'll see what. 183. Well done. 195. 192. 94. 192. Oh yeah, we're done, we're done, we're done. Alright. Turn my oven off, because I'll put them back in. So, alright. I'm going to let these cool a little bit, and then we'll bring you all back. Alright, y'all. I'm being impatient, so these haven't really cooled a whole lot. I'm going to try one that has the Parmesan cheese and the topping on it. So, ooh, look at that. That is yumminess. Alright. Cut into it. And we'll do the old taste tester. Alright, y'all. It's time for our taste test of our meat muffin. So, she's going to be really hot, so. Yo, I love meatloaf. This is awesome. Man, is that good. So, alright. There you have it, y'all. Mini meatloafs, meat muffins, whatever you want to call them. They're delicious. You really ought to try it. Like I said, you can make it into a regular loaf, but I like doing the little mini ones. And that way, food prep, meal prep. You know, I can take them to lunch. I can have them for supper. Put them in the fridge. Pop them in the microwave. They're awesome. You know, it's really kind of cool for the kids. You know, they get their own little portion too. So, anyways, if you guys like that, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And this is all free for y'all. You know, the like button's free. Subscribing to the channel is for free. It does help me out. You know, it you know, tells YouTube that, you know, y'all like it. They promote it. They put more ads in it. You know, and I make a little bit of scratch to kind of help offset, you know, making the videos. You know, not getting rich or anything, but, you know, it does help. So, anyways, love y'all, and as always, bon appetit.